Grasshopper. Grasshoppers are a group of insects that belong to the Subordicularia within the order Orthoptera. They are known for their long hind legs, which are adapted for jumping, and their ability to make a high-pitched chirping sound by rubbing their wings together. Grasshoppers are found all over the world, and there are over 11,000 known species. Grasshoppers are herbivores and feed on a variety of plants, including crops such as wheat and corn. They are also an important food source for many animals, including birds, mammals, and other insects. Grasshoppers have a relatively short lifespan, with most species living for only a few months. They undergo incomplete metamorphosis, meaning they do not have the pupal stage like some other insects. Instead, they hatch from nymphs, which look like small, wingless adults. As they grow, they molt their exoskeleton several times before reaching adulthood. Some species of grasshoppers can be considered pests because they can cause significant damage to crops. However, they also play an important role in ecosystems as prey for other animals and as pollinators of certain plant species. Here are some interesting facts about the life of grasshoppers. Number 1. Grasshoppers have a relatively short lifespan, usually living for only a few months. Some species can live up to a year in warm climates. Number 2. Grasshoppers undergo incomplete metamorphosis, meaning they do not have the pupal stage. Instead, they hatch from eggs into nymphs, which look like small, wingless adults. As they grow, they molt their exoskeleton several times before reaching adulthood. Number 3. Grasshoppers are known for their long hind legs, which are adapted for jumping. They can jump up to 20 times their body length in a single leap. Number 4. Grasshoppers are herbivores and feed on a variety of plants, including crops such as wheat and corn. They have a specialized digestive system that allows them to extract nutrients from tough plant material. Number 5. Grasshoppers communicate using sound, and many species produce a high-pitched chirping sound by rubbing their wings together. This sound is used for mating, territorial defense, and other purposes. Number 6. Grasshoppers have compound eyes that can detect movement and color. They also have simple ears that allow them to detect the high-pitched sounds they produce and those of other grasshoppers. Number 7. Female grasshoppers lay their eggs in the soil, usually in the fall. The eggs overwinter and hatch into nymphs in the spring. Number 8. Grasshoppers are an important food source for many animals, including birds, mammals, and other insects. They are also used as a food source for humans in some cultures. Number 9. Some species of grasshoppers can be considered pests because they can cause significant damage to crops. However, they also play an important role in ecosystems as prey for other animals and as pollinators of certain plant species. Number 10. Grasshoppers have been around for over 200 million years and are found all over the world, with over 11,000 known species. Grasshoppers, like all living organisms, face several biological challenges throughout their lives. Here are some of the challenges that grasshoppers encounter. Number 1. Finding food. Grasshoppers are herbivores and need to find enough plant material to feed themselves. This can be a challenge in areas where vegetation is sparse or during times of drought. Number 2. Avoiding predators. Grasshoppers are preyed upon by many animals, including birds, mammals, and other insects. They have developed a range of adaptations to avoid being eaten, such as camouflage, jumping ability, and chemical defenses. Number 3. Mating. Grasshoppers need to find mates in order to reproduce. This can be challenging because grasshoppers are not social insects and do not have complex courtship behaviors. In some species, males produce sounds to attract females, while in others, males perform elaborate displays to attract females. Number 4. Molting. As grasshoppers grow, they need to shed their exoskeletons in a process called molting. Molting can be a risky process because the grasshopper is vulnerable to predators while its new exoskeleton hardens. Number 5. Coping with environmental stress. Grasshoppers need to cope with environmental stressors such as heat, cold, and drought. Some species have adapted to these stressors by becoming dormant during periods of extreme environmental conditions. Number 6. Finding suitable habitats. Grasshoppers need suitable habitats in order to survive and reproduce. Changes to their habitats, such as deforestation or urbanization, can threaten their survival.